What was this guy watching? The movie starts off with Jack Frost narrating over his own birth and getting used to the world. He spawns in next to a magic stick that freezes things and just starts tapping shit. The stick also lets him fly, so he flies to a nearby town. He's all full of joy and happy when he tries talking to people, and then... That'd definitely be my first reaction to that too.
How do I know that? The moon told me so.
This guy's fucking crazy. Santa's making an ice train model and enjoying life when Walrus Man comes in talking about some...
What?
So Santa goes and checks it out.
Your pointy heads. Why are you always under boot?
Damn, why is Santa so rude to these fucking elves? The globe turns black because black is evil, and a mysterious figure laughs and disappears. Santa says we're about to fuck these guys up and summons the Avengers.
Oh, it's freezing.
Santa gives everyone a rundown of what happened.
The boogeyman was here.
Pitch? Pitch black?
Bunny and Santa argue and Sandman tries to get their attention. He can't talk for some reason. There's literally a man on the moon, and he shows them a silhouette of the boogeyman.
Jack Frost. I take it back. The groundhog's fine.
Bunny does not fuck with this nigga. We cut to Jack Frost being a dickhead for no reason, which now I understand why the bunny doesn't like him. I think he put something in those snowballs. Jack tries attempted murder and succeeds. Jack bitches at the man in the moon about how nobody notices him or gives him credit for anything. Sandman goes back to his normal job of giving kids good dreams, but there's not a guardian on Predator watch, so Pitch Black finds his way into the kid's room. He turned that kid's dream about a unicorn into a nightmare horse.
You must have known this day would come. My nightmares are finally ready. Are your guardians?
I'm not gonna lie, that might be a tough villain line. The bunny makes Jack chase him like he's not the one who needs his help, and then tries to act all deep and mysterious. And then he doesn't tell Jack what he needs, but instead decides to kidnap him.
Me? Not on you, Nelly. See you back at the pole.
He thought that shit was tough. They let him out the bag and Santa introduces him to everyone, and then they tell him why he's here.
Because now you are guardian.
How about we just tell him what we saw? Jack stops the ceremony and says he doesn't want to be a guardian. Santa tries to convince him by using the magic words.
You were chosen, like we were all chosen, by man and moon. What?
Then they finally decide to tell him what's happening.
You know what I think? I think we just dodged a bullet. I mean, what's this clown know about bringing joy to children anyway?
You ever hear of a snow day?
Santa breaks them up and pulls Jack aside so he can try to reason with him. He explains that every guardian has a center, something that keeps them going and brings them and the kids happiness. Something's happening at the Tooth Fairy's palace, so everyone gets on the sleigh to go help her out. Even though they got wormholes, the bunny has potholes, and everyone can fly.
I know a shortcut.
Holster! I knew we should have taken the tunnels.
I say, Tooth Palace.
I'm glad we mentioned everything I said in one scene. They use the wormholes to get back to the Tooth Fairy's palace, but as soon as they do, they're attacked by the Black. The horses are literally eating the fairies and using their body as cages. Smart. They get to the Guardian Tooth Fairy's main palace and everything was taken, including all the fairies and the teeth. Pitch shows up to do villain stuff like monologuing, explaining his backstory and all that shit.
Everyone frightened, miserable. Such happy times for me. All the power I wielded. But then the man in the moon chose you to replace my fear with your wonder and light. Meanwhile, everyone wrote me off as just a bad dream. Oh, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's no such thing as the boogeyman.
I'm gonna be honest, I'd be mad too. You're having the time of your life and then some random dude shows up as your direct counter and then gaslights everybody into thinking you just don't exist? I'd be pissed the fuck off!
They don't believe in me anymore.
A couple kids didn't get their quarters one night and suddenly nobody believes in her. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. The group has an after battle talk and the Tooth Fairy drops a bombshell on Jack.
We had everyone's here. Yours too.
My memories?
From when you were young.
More people stop believing in her, and Jack wants to see his memories, so they go off to collect the teeth in the world. Pitch gets word of what's happening and gets heated, so he decides Sandman's next. Random bullshit happens that knocks out everyone but Jack and Sandman, and then they spot the horses, so they go chase after them. Jack catches one of the horses, but Pitch is there and tells them again to stay out of it. Sandman shows up and puts belt to ass. Pitch calls in for backup, and everyone else arrives just in time for the fight. They get separated from Sandman and... He slimed my boy! Pitch tries Jack next, but Jack said nah and blew that shit up. Everyone's mourning Sandman's death, and Jack takes it the hardest because he feels like he could have done more. Santa gives him a pep talk and another reason to fight. While they didn't win the battle, they haven't lost the war yet. Everyone's still preparing everything they have to make sure Easter is perfect and fear doesn't continue to spread. They go to the Easter Bunny's island to prepare, and there's a little kid there because she took Santa's snow globe. That's what you fucking get for emoting. Jack decides to take the kid home since she fell asleep. Somehow the kid can feel Jack even though everyone's been walking through him. He drops her off at home but hears a voice and decides to go follow it. It leads him down a hole where all the fairies are being kept. Pitch comes out to have a talk with Jack, telling him that he knows what his fears are, and shows Jack that he has his teeth. Pitch somehow destroyed all the eggs and left Jack in his place. The bunny panicked, tries to hide the eggs, but they've already stopped believing in him. Somehow, I guess. This is clearly not their first Easter. I don't know why they're acting like he doesn't exist just because of one bad day. Jack shows up in front of everyone with the teeth, but without this tiny fairy that was with him. And it looks like Jack traded his memories for the teeth. And everyone gets pissed. Holy shit, a smart villain in a children's movie? I never thought I would see the day.
You were with Pitch?
No, listen. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen.
He has to go.
Why are those the words he chose? Why didn't he just tell him what happened? I mean, he's still fucked up, but at least he could tell him where the hideout is or something. These were the most guilty sounding words he could have used. The kid from the beginning still believes in the bunny, but nobody else does. Even though, again, this is definitely not their first Easter. Jack, deciding on what to do with the teeth he was given by Pitch, tries to talk to him. And by talk, I mean fight.
The staff, Jack! You have a bad habit of interfering. Now hand it over, and I'll let her go.
Worst trade of all time. I'm sorry, Baby Tooth, but you gotta go.
All right. Now let her go. No. No.
Why didn't you do that before he gave up the staff? Also, why did you think the villain, who is a villain, would hold up his part of the deal? Jack hears the teeth calling again, and since he's stuck here, he decides it's the perfect time to open them. The memories show him why he became Jack Frost. He got stuck out in a pond with his sister and traded places with her, but he died and she survived. Survived traumatized, but I mean, at least she is alive. Now that he remembers and knows what he was chosen for, he finds the strength to fight again. He uses his powers to weld his stick back together and goes back to the cave he found the fairies in. He gets to where they are being kept and tries to free them, but because there are so little kids believing in them, they are too weak to fly. Pitch and Jack look at the globe and figure out that there's only one kid in the world still believing in the Guardians, so they both race to him. The kid Jack drugged and tried to murder is the last believer in the world, and since Jack knew where he already was, he made it there first.
He's real.
Okay, at least this kid's not an idiot, right? He saw the snow bunny on the corner and the frost in the windowsill and put it together pretty quickly. Jack explains to David that everyone is real and to never give up that feeling when Santa crashes the sleigh right in front of the house. The bunny is small now because losing Easter depowered him.
What happened to him? He used to be huge and cool, and now he's cute.
See, this is what I'm talking about! Half of you niggas already seen him and you still don't think he's real?! Pitch pops out to fuck shit up and Jack goes to fight him. Folded in under 10 seconds? Yeah, that's a new record.
All this fuss over one little boy, and still he refuses to stop believing. Very well. There are other ways to snuff out a light.
Okay, we're getting into children murder now. I don't think we gotta get that dark. I mean, the kid can clearly see you turning off the lights. The kid's being scared makes Jack realize what his center was. It's being a guardian. Jack throws a non-drug snowball at Pitch and everyone escapes. They go to rally up kids and Jack starts drugging them into believing he exists. Pitch cuts them off and decides enough is enough and surrounds the whole city in darkness. The kid parries Pitch's attack so hard that it gives the Guardians their strength to fight back. Now that everyone is at full strength and starts summoning their minions, the war starts. The Guardians are coordinated? Is this top 3 fight scenes of all times? Pitch went, "Look over there!" "Where?" And it almost got Jack, but something stopped him. It's the GOAT! Sandman knocks Pitch flat on his ass and immediately takes control of his sand and gives the kids back their dreams as well as beliefs in the Guardians. Jack tells Santa he finally figured out what a center was, and everyone has a snowball fight. Pitch wakes up and sees what's going on and tweaks the fuck out. Pitch gets sucked back up into the pit, never to be seen again. Everyone celebrates and Jack decides to accept his new role as an official Guardian. We say our final goodbyes to the kids. Jack and Jimmy have a heart-to-heart, and the Guardians head off. Rise of the Guardians was a great movie, full stop. Most characters were written well, the character designs were fire, the movie had a good pace, it was kind of funny, and I liked most of the fight scenes. The message behind the story being that everybody, kid or adult, needs something to believe in was done pretty fucking good here. If you don't have a stable core, then you're gonna fall into fear, and I like how that was portrayed here. Jack also trying to find himself lines up well with the center and belief motto. Jack spent the entire movie trying to figure out why the moon made him a guardian and what his beliefs and center were. It took him realizing that despite people not really believing in him, he still wanted to help them out and protect them. Pitch was a pretty good villain too. He's just like Jack in the fact that nobody believed in him, and he grows to hate the other Guardians because they're believed in. His plan was pretty solid too. Using the strongest character in the movie as a plot point was pretty genius. He turned Sandman's dream sand into nightmare sand and corrupted him. And I'm glad it wasn't just a, "Oh, Sandman's evil now." No, they actually killed him. Then he proceeded to kick everyone's ass. The only reason he lost is because that kid still believed in everyone. The fight scenes were fine. I mean, I enjoyed watching Sandman kick Pitch's ass, but other than that, it's nothing you've never seen before. This was a good movie and I'm happy I rewatched it again. Judging from the cover art, this just looks like bargain bin Christmas slop. Technically, this is more of an Easter movie than a Christmas movie, but since Jack Frost and Santa are plastered over most of it, I just figured I'd watch it now. If you got any other movies you want me to watch or anything to talk about, then just let me know in the comments. I gotta go now before someone notices I'm here. Who are you and why are you in my house? I'm not here. You don't believe in me. Man. Hey, let's watch where we point that. Get out! Okay, I'm going. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.